Oh man, you know, as much as I would like to be nice, a gentleman, kind, some people are just so thick in the head that you gotta, yell some sense into them. And in the case with Hitomi, she's been vegan for how many years? 10 years, and she still has acne. She's using this like weird filter on her videos to hide her gray snakeskin. And we will actually be launching vegan cookies, Titomi's cookies to be specific, hopefully within a few weeks when I have time to make it for you guys, because it's not exactly a high priority product. But hey, it's a shame that Hitomi did not want to go into business with me. I guess this is my last plea, my offer to her to get her out of the jungle, away from the stinky girls and back to some sort of reality. Anyway, let's see what she's eating today. What I eat in a day to feel good. Healing and plant-based. Yeah. I mean, these vegans seem to be healing for an awfully long time, almost as long as the raw tards that have been following the raw primal diet for 5-10 years and still have issues. Wonder if it's the diet.
Fellow Earth Angels, thank you so much for being here and spending these now moments with me. I just wanted to show you some yummy, simple recipes that I've been nourishing myself with lately. I highly recommend just being super present with your body after you eat or make anything new and see how it digests, see if it's the right medicine for you.
That's a very spiritual and crystal girl way to sugarcoat that you've been shitting your brains out on your diet.
I've been making this super simple granola every single week and using it for breakfast recipes and just snacking throughout the day. You can choose any nuts of your choice and drizzle about 2 tablespoons of maple syrup on top. I also sprinkle some salt and some cayenne as well. All of this kind of to taste. Definitely don't add so much maple syrup that everything is just sticking together, because that will be really sweet and create kind of a brittle. But you're just going to put that in the oven at 375 for 15 to 20 minutes and just stirring around the nuts every 5 minutes or so in the oven. And this morning I had these nuts with some probiotic vegan yogurt and a papaya. I ate the other one before I started filming because I was excited. But you can even have this as a little cereal and use this for seed cycling as well. And
I mean, something like this, seeds on a papaya, is very low digestion, low absorption. The nuts and the seeds, you guys are very familiar. Those tend to be very high in anti-nutrients, phytic acid, oxalates, and you're just not getting a whole lot of nutrition from them. Even if you soak them, even if you sprout them, let them sit for days to weeks to try to reduce that anti-nutrient content. Maybe you process them further, you cook them as well, and yeah, then your body can absorb some of them. But when the bulk of the calories of your meal is from those foods, that's not how it really should be. Maybe as a topping, as a side thing, as a dessert, but we know vegans love to have dessert as meals. The papaya, when you see like a bright, vibrant, colored food, it's usually an indicator of the flavonoid anti-nutrient content, which means it's harder to digest and absorb. Something like an apple, which is lower in those compounds, is going to be more starch, sugar. Your body's going to be able to utilize it. A papaya, also very high in fiber, very high in caustic enzymes. Papain, just not a great choice if you're trying to fix your digestion. And then the probiotic yogurt, despite being like processed with chemicals in it, might be the only reasonably healthy thing here, because the fats used in that have probably been pretty processed and you're at least absorbing some caloric energy from it. But for someone that is always talking about healing, these are some of the worst foods you could choose to comprise the bulk of a meal of.
And it's super easy meal prep that you can store in an airtight container for several weeks. This is one of my favorite digestion-friendly meals of all time. I can't believe I haven't shared it, but I'm just starting off by steaming some of my favorite veggies, Japanese sweet potato, carrot, and broccoli, and making a side of quinoa. You can also make any kind of rice or grain with this. It's kind of like my favorite go-to for any lunch or dinner is some sort of veggies and then some sort of carb or grain on the bottom. I'm going with quinoa because it does have a little bit of protein in it, and my veggies steam at different times, so depending on what you use, you might want to take out certain things and let the rest of the veggies steam. As a little side, I'm also making some instant miso soup. You can go ahead and mix some soybean paste or miso paste into boiling water and make that, but I just felt like using this powder. It's really yummy. It's called miso in a cup, but this is essentially my lunch. It's simple, whole foods, plant-based ingredients, but I try to shop as locally as possible, and that makes everything super yummy. And I put some liquid aminos on here and also this Japanese raw dressing. But if you don't have this in your local grocery store, you can just stick with the liquid aminos and also add some.
For kake too, she's putting all these seasonings and stuff on it because she's missing the meat, the animal component of this. And this is what happens to a lot of vegans. They start the diet, they remove meat, remove a lot of nutrition, and they're having all these health issues. Then they say, oh, it must be because I'm not eating healthy enough, I'm not eating clean enough, it's because I'm eating all these vegan junk foods. And then you get to a point where you're eating like this and you're still unhealthy, you know? If you're eating as clean as possible, hypothetically on paper from a conventional comparison, vegetables, grains, all whole foods, and you're still not healthy, you have to switch your thinking a bit. And this meal is honestly, it's pretty close to actually being something healthy because traditionally, you know, someone that's Japanese might have a miso soup, they might have a grain, they might have a small amount of vegetables, but what's missing is a nice piece of fish, a large piece of pork, some type of animal protein to finish off this meal. So if you simply swapped the sweet potatoes, the broccoli, and the carrots with a piece of fish, should be as healthy as could be. But these people don't have any common sense. They'd rather wither away in their stinky apartment.
Some sesame furikake on top. That's quite a good amount of seasoning for me, and this bowl is all about simplicity and really just enjoying the veggies. The miso soup also is like a really nice sodium taste. And for a snack, I just wanted to share my favorite hummus because it's so easy to make at home. I'm just throwing in a cup and a half of chickpeas, a clove of garlic, and squeezing a lemon and a half. I'm using a small lemon, but if you have one large lemon, that should be enough juice, and then about a fourth of a cup of tahini and a big drizzle of olive oil, a pinch of cumin, and I'm just adding some aquafaba and extra lemon juice to taste for the consistency that I want. And you can remove the skins off the chickpeas for a smoother hummus texture, but I don't really mind that at all. I actually love it kind of thick, so mine is a bit thicker, and this is just such a beautiful thing to make at home. You can garnish it with.
I mean, you guys think Hitomi's crazy enough to peel each individual chickpea? I do. She said she likes it thick, but apparently not anymore. You guys probably remember, like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago when she started YouTube, she used to date dudes, and then as she continued to be vegan, she slowly leaned more and more towards ladies. So the hormone fluctuations on a diet like this will alter your sexual attraction. That's a fact. It's not going to completely change it, but it will alter it a drastic amount, especially over a long period of time.
Some olive oil. I like to put whole chickpeas on top and some paprika. You can put sumac on top and some parsley, but I just love dipping all different kinds of things into this as like a midday charcuterie moment. I have some
guys, we're not even halfway into this video and she's already eaten like more than a normal person's stomach can fit in a day. She had the papaya and the yogurt granola thing for breakfast. She had a big bowl of grains and vegetables, and now she's having a giant serving of chickpeas and hummus. And the problem with this stuff is usually the type of fat they put in it, high in omega-6 like tahini. If she used coconut oil, if she used an animal fat, it wouldn't be nearly as bad. And again, with the green vegetables, more of that stuff, body needs a lot of animal protein and a lot of grains, a lot of starch to be able to balance everything out.
Some sauteed basil and tomato chips, some steamed and salted beets, and just some raw broccoli. So this is also really fun and easy to make for friends.
Yeah, real fun and easy. That's like an hour of prep for a snack.
It really is filling. This could be a whole meal for me. I love dipping things and just having a variety of yummy things to munch on. And another snack that I absolutely adore is just fresh avocado. These are a thing of beauty. I just squeeze them into a bowl and slightly mash them a bit. To this, I'm going to add some coconut aminos, which gives a really nice sweet flavor, and some sesame furikake, which adds a salty.
Yeah, avocados are another one of those things. Even though they're a hypothetical good source of fat, I think they're high in salicylates, some other anti-nutrients that make them pretty hard to digest.
Toasted flavor. It is such a good combination. And then rolling it into some half sheets of nori. You can just find this at most grocery stores, I feel like, and just break the nori in half and roll it up with the avocado. It's such a yummy, nourishing snack and a really good camping snack or hiking snack. And I was really craving some noodles this evening, so this is how I make mine. I start off with 3 tablespoons of rice vinegar.
I think she made this last time.
Along with 1 tablespoon
she had some noodle
of
dish with
maple
mushrooms
syrup,
in it.
1/2 tablespoon of toasted sesame oil, or just normal sesame oil works as well. And then I'm using some low sodium tamari.
Why do vegans have to butcher every single sauce with the same ingredients? They put maple syrup, like, where's the pancakes? Where are the pancakes? Just because it's from a tree doesn't mean it's any healthier or different than other sources of sugar. Whether you want to use honey, cane sugar, at least use something that tastes good. You know, don't put maple syrup in your mushroom noodle dish for dinner.
About 2
Where's the
3
cinnamon?
tablespoons
You
of
putting
that,
cinnamon in it?
a squeeze of sriracha, furikake, and then I'm just throwing all of my veggies into the bowl to marinate. I'm using mushroom and tofu, so I just really wanted them to absorb the flavor. And then all of that is going into a pan with my noodles of choice tonight, which were soba noodles. However, you can do this with ramen noodles and add a little bit of cornstarch.
I'm talking so much shit. Like, honestly, if Hitomi came up to me and started pronouncing these Japanese words like nori and furikake in her cute little accent, I'd probably go on a date with her anyway.
So it coats the noodles a bit more. And the reason that you want to saute this is because normally I do add something green that I want to cook down, like broccoli or kale. So this is what another evening of these noodles looked like. And once again, you can put any kind of noodles you want. The ramen noodles with a little bit of cornstarch is really flavorful and yummy, but I just love it with soba noodles, and I sprinkle some furikake on top again. And you can also add a little squeeze of lime if you're feeling it, but this is such a yummy, filling dinner.
Do the Japanese have lime, or is this United Nations over here?
I can't be playing this music right now, but listening to good music while you cook is a game changer, especially if it makes you dance and just get in your body a little bit and move that energy around. It just will put you in a good mood.
If you had to genuinely place a bet, like, would you say that Hitomi is using psych meds? Yes or no? Honestly, I'm not going to answer that, but
workout that I've been doing, which I just am recently getting back into working out, are these jazzercise kind of videos from this site called Forward Space. And 5 minutes into this workout, we do some goofy dance moves, you know, like
there's no way this is an advertisement. There's no way.
We do some of this. And within 5 minutes, I'll just be smiling and laughing. Feel like my inner child, my mind is very easy to biohack and just be like, you're in a good mood now. You don't have to worry about anything. Just feel this joy. And I just wanted to share breathing awareness into your body, moving that energy around, create more ease and peace, which is a great place to be in right before you consume a meal. You should just challenge yourself to get super weird with it. Like,
this is why I keep watching this girl, because every single time, for some reason, there's like a minute or two she just talks and none of it made any sense whatsoever.
Just do the weirdest dance moves you could possibly think of. That will get your mind out of the matrix. A super simple summer dessert. It's just making fruit popsicles. I am slicing up 1 mango here and putting it into a blender. This was actually my first time trying this. I put in way too much coconut water, and I also added some chia seeds. And
so it's her first time trying it, and what I eat in a day to feel good. And these influencers do this all the time. You could tell, like, they just do what they want off camera. You would never try something that you only did once for like an advice or a day of eating video. You want something that you know you're confident in. These people don't care.
And if you have a very liquidy mango, you actually don't need to add any water at all. However, you can also just mix fruit and some coconut cream to make it a little.
This looks like what's on the bed sheets in the jungle gym after Hitomi plays with all her girlfriends.
A bit creamier. These came out more like icy popsicles, and that's the consistency that I prefer.
I wonder if she freezes
but you
that
don't need to
liquid
add
too.
any extra liquid if you don't want it. I blended it all and then of course let it freeze for about 6 hours. I have been feeling any intense, intrusive voices about body image and food soften so much for me lately. And
I was actually going to say this, but I didn't want to like feel like I was implying that's what she has. But, you know, orthorexia, eating disorders, these young girls want to be skinny and they see models eating this stuff, lying, when you don't really know all the stuff going on behind the scenes and the lives of what these people are actually doing. So.
And honestly, traveling for 2 months straight and not restricting my diet in any way, as well as not working out, felt really healing for me. I just kind of allowed myself
that fish
to eat
is
all
good,
the sugar,
all
all
the
the vegan junk
sushi,
food that I was craving,
all the steak,
because I normally don't eat that stuff. But I was like, I'm
eggs,
traveling. I just want to try all the yummy vegan restaurants
beef,
and the cultural cuisines of these
steak
places
houses
that I'm in. I just allowed myself
fried
permission
chicken,
to fully listen to my body and just see what happened, just step outside of the matrix of my intense, controlling, or limiting thought patterns that can arise randomly. And it was like this little voice.
These people are so psycho, they will literally do anything besides eat a piece of meat. Anything. Anything. Does Hitomi have pets? I know all the other vegans that we see, they have pets, and they'll give a nice juicy steak to a dog without thinking. Where's the furry outfit? We going down that road?
Kept coming up in my head, like, is this okay? Is this okay that you're doing this? And I was like, yeah, it's okay. And I would just keep reassuring myself, nothing bad is gonna happen to you if you just eat until you're satisfied, if you eat some sorbet. And I mean, it's been such a journey. It's not really that big of a deal, but it does feel like a little revolution to me because this voice is just getting softer and softer, quieter and quieter.
Hitomi, it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years. Try some different psych meds. Eat some steak. This is craziness. These people are so sucked in the day-to-day, they don't look at the whole objective timeline of what they've been doing.
Every single year, I realized that a lot of my thought patterns around food were genuinely not even my own, and I kind of forgot this for so long, but I remembered my mom. I can't listen to this. Hitomi, you've been doing the same thing for 10 years. If you guys want to listen to the remainder 5 minutes of this, she is wearing a cute little outfit. Ooh. When am I going to get an invite to the jungle paradise, Hitomi? Come on, I'm prettier than all those girls you play with, objectively. Even if you put a wig on me, honestly, like, I'm way better looking than any of those girls. Is she pointing at me? What's she pointing at me for? If anything, I should be pointing at her. Because she's not in a great spot. And on one hand, you want to feel bad. On the other hand, you know, is she actually vegan? Is she still doing this just for the business, the money, the publicity, now that she has like over 1 million subscribers? You know, is she actually eating meat? Or is she really that brainwashed? Is she surrounding herself with the wrong people? Is she pushing away any sort of outside ideas? Who knows? Maybe it's all of the above. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me today. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I'm a little disappointed. After the Andrew Tate thing was posted, they took away 600 subscribers. Imagine if I was actually able to say what I wanted to, you know. Imagine if I actually said the full story. Go figure. You guys can go to frank-defano.com to support me through my various businesses as the only legitimate, reasonable, and honest person online to my knowledge. And that's not me being sarcastic, but as always, you guys could drop a like on the video, leave a comment down below, subscribe so that YouTube can unsubscribe you next week, and be sure to check that notification bell so they don't notify you of my videos. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you for the next video.